I am going to take you through the process of making a notepad. So we're going to start with Canva, and that's what I use to design the notepads that I design. And then I'm going to take you through the process of printing it, but I'm going to show you my printer settings. And then I'm going to cut them with a heavy duty cutter, and then I'm going to show you how I bind them to glue them, and then we'll show you the end result. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the description down below. I do have all the products that I'm using. And now we are at the fun part of designing. So I use Canva to make my designs, and I'm going to do this one in a 5 by 7 inch notepad. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my designs here, and then I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to go ahead and create a background. So I'm just going to do my square here, and I'm going to make it the size of my notepad, and then I'm going to just turn it white. So now I will be going into my upload. So I get most of my graphics from Creative Fabrica. I'll put the details in the description. It is a great place to go and get any graphics, any font, and all your seamless backgrounds. So I very much encourage you to check that out if you are wanting to get into making notepads. So I've chosen a background here, and I'm just going to shrink it down so that you will be able to see all of the edges. So because it's seamless, I'm able to duplicate it, and they all connect, as you can see here. Once you put down the first two pieces, once you hit duplicate, it will just do the same exact spot, so you don't have to sit there and line them each up. It's very, very convenient. So as you can see, I did my full background, but if we will not be printing all of that, that will not be printing in your computer. You will not see the entire thing. So I'm actually going to be putting just a white spot in the middle, and that will be where you take all your notes or write anything down that you need to. So I'm going to go back up here to my elements, and I am going to choose the square, but I want the rounded edges. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it however big I want. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of designing. So I'm going to go ahead, and that looks like a good size, and then I want it completely centered. So pay attention to your lines. You want to make sure that everything gets centered, and you'll see red solid lines or red dotted lines to make sure everything gets centered. So I do want a border around it. So I'm going to do a stroke weight of 2, and then I am going to choose a pretty color for a border. And there we go. So I have my border completely done. And now I'm going to go to these quirky little cats, which I did get from Creative Fabrica as well. So now I'm just going to go through and decide which cats I want on this specific notepad. So I want a variety of colors, and I kind of want them to match the paw prints on the outside. So this one here has orange eyes, so it matches with some of the paw prints that I have on this page. So, and then I have an orange cat here with that cute little bow tie that I am choosing, and I'm going to get them just lined up however I want. That's the beauty of designing, is you do it how you want and you just go with it. So then I'm going to go with this white one with some crossed eyes. He's so adorable. And then I'm just going to position them exactly how I want. And then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to pick this tall one next. This guy here, look at that. He is cute. So I know he's black, and I already have a black cat on there, but he has white eyes, and I really think he's adorable. So I'm keeping him. So I'm just going to place him where I want. And then I didn't like that he was in front, so I went to my position button and I clicked the button backward to get him behind the other cats. And then I end up wanting him lined up behind the white cat so that he's kind of centered in between the orange and the black one. And I'm going to move this over, and now those two, you can see that red line, those two were very well lined up. And then I'm just going to scooch that guy over, And I want one more cat, so I'm going to choose this orange one here. He looks kind of sleepy. So I'm just going to put him next to the black cat here. And then I am going to highlight them because I decided I want them centered. Now you can see I highlighted everything and then it moved everything. So just hit your undo button if you do that. That way you're not trying to line everything back up. It's just much easier if you go ahead and hit the undo button. So I've selected just the cats, and by doing that, all you have to do is hit shift and your left button on your mouse to click each one, and then you just move and center them. So the cats here are done. I like it. There's not too many, there's not too less, like it's perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my name, and I don't want to just stick with this font here. So I'm just going to go through a couple fonts to decide what I like. So I get a lot of my fonts through Creative Fabrica as well, and then I do buy some off of Etsy. If you ever do buy anything off of Etsy or really anywhere, you always want to read the description and make sure you get a license with it. You never want to use items that you are not allowed to use because you can get yourself into some legal trouble. Make sure you get a license with it. So now I've picked the font that I like, and I'm just going to go ahead and try switching up the colors to see what colors I like. And I like this, like it matches, it's great. Now we are going to move on to my printer settings, and I'm going to show you what I do when I print them. I am using an Epson 8500 and an Epson 8550, and here are my settings. I do rear paper feeder. I have better prints when I print that way. I use borderless to get as many on a paper as possible. Paper type, plain paper. Bright white paper quality, I go between high and best. Usually I keep it on high. More options, I uncheck bi-directional printing. It will take longer to print, but you will get better prints. We are all done printing, so look how cute they are. So we're gonna go ahead and cut them now, but my suggestion is to take your chipboard and go ahead and put it behind the notepads so that when you do cut them out, they will all be the same size and you will not have to worry about cutting the chipboard later to get it the exact size. So cut it at the same time, save yourself a headache. So we're gonna go ahead and use the heavy duty cutter today. All right, here goes cut number 1. Here goes cut number 2. Here goes cut number 3. Here goes cut number 4. Here goes cut number 5. And then here's the last cut. Now I'm going to show you how to glue them together. So you want to make sure they are really nice and straight, all edges. That way you don't have to go back and cut these after you glue them. You're going to take a piece of chipboard to put on top. And the reason why you need that is so that the binding clips don't leave impressions on the notepad. I don't like them all the way up to the top. I like to leave a little bit of room. And you just want it real nice and straight. Looks really good. You're going to take your binding clip. You're going to put it right on the edge. I don't like to do it too far in because I want to make sure the edges are going to be nice and secure. And then I'm going to do this. You're going to take your paintbrush. I just wet the end, so you want to make sure you wet it. And then you're going to hold this closed as you glue. And when you glue, you're going to glue from the inside like this and work your way to the outside. And you're going to just do one side like this. You don't want to do too much glue because it will drip down. You don't want to do too little of glue because then it won't hold. So this side is good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it around. And again, I'm going to hold it firm in the middle. And then I'm just going to start doing this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the next one off of camera so I don't take up so much time. But then once these are dry, I'll come back. So these, as you can see, they go on white, but they will dry clear. And you only need one coat with this glue. It is a padding glue. It's made for notepads. It's perfect. So I like to clean the back off like so. If you can't get down with it with your fingers because of the pads or the clips, just use another paintbrush. So once you're finished, you go like this. You're going to take another set or another clip and you're going to clip it right on top like this. And you're going to take another one and do it on this side. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one and then I'll be back. And they're done drying, so let's go ahead and take the clips off and get a peek at our notepads. All right, so we are done with the notepads. They're completely dry, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what they look like. So you're going to go ahead and take all the clips off. Take off this front piece. It did stick to it. The glue came down, but that's okay. I am going to show you how to fix that. Very easy. I always print 51 sheets just in case something happens and I need to take it off. You're just going to rip it off, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and do our second notepad. And then here we have our second notepad. There is a little glue that came down the top. No worries about that. Just rip off your front page. So here are the completed notepads. We have our cats here, and you can see how nice and straight the edges are. I do not go back and cut them afterwards. I know a lot of people that make notepads do that, but I make sure that I get everything perfectly lined up and straight, so it's one less step that I have to do at the end. And they are perfectly glued. That looks really nice. And then everything is nice and firm. And then same with this one, not ripping off. Everything looks great. And look how nice and straight. So this is the process. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind. And don't forget to look at the descriptions. You'll see everything that I've used throughout this tutorial.